And we're back from the break. It's the Real AF TV podcast, a show about fishing random takes from land 10,000 lakes. And we are on the random take, Tim. We are
Yeah.
going to talk about the delayed Olympics, the
Yeah.
Summer Olympics that are now the 2021 Summer Olympics. Sounds like it's going to happen. I mean, everything's on schedule to happen.
Yep, they're already having exhibition games and whatnot with the basketball
Are they?
team, and yeah, it's
Where are
fun.
where are the exhibition games happening?
I'm not 100% sure where they're actually happening,
Okay.
but I know I saw one. They're just like, whatever team shocks U.S. and it's like it's an exhibition game. Like,
Nobody from the NBA is there right now.
well, even if they are, they're not trying. Like, even
Right.
it's an exhibition. Like,
Yeah.
is it? I'll be shocked if we lose an actual game. But they're
If we lose
probably,
any basketball game in the tournament at all,
yeah, they're
we should
probably
go
just,
undefeated to get the gold for basketball.
oh, we should for sure
Yeah.
because,
Because LeBron James just released Space Jam, so
yeah,
I mean,
right.
fuck, he's gonna be riding high.
Well, dude, the U.S. with most sports, we're the best of the best. Like, this is where everybody aspires to go to, regardless of where you're at. You come to the NBA if you're a top basketball player, regardless of what
Mhm.
country you represent. You come to
Right.
the NFL regardless of what country you're at if you're trying to play football, like
True.
so.
True.
And especially, since we're talking about basketball, is like if
Yep.
all the best of the best come here,
Mhm.
then for the most part we have the best players. But it's pretty
Right.
rare that you have, not, I shouldn't say really rare, but it'd be really rare for, I'm gonna back up, start over.
Restart.
It is not rare for a good basketball player to come from a different country to play in the NBA. It
Right.
is very rare for them to be a lot of them coming from any one given country.
Right.
And the
That's what I was gonna
majority
say.
of the kids in the NBA are from America. So you're
Right.
dealing with the majority of the NBA players versus,
the rest of the world.
one star NBA player going to play with the rest of his team that weren't good enough to make it into the NBA.
Right. Right. Yes, that's perfect. That is exactly the best way to put it. The I know what you're saying, and we're not going to get on a rant about this, but there is, well, hockey. That is a
Mhm.
definite exception.
Yeah.
But that's also winter. That is not. But it's not to say we're not top 3 or even gold medal contenders, because we are.
Right.
Again, like the majority of the NFL's NHL is still, but when you got Canada, Switzerland, Finland, like you have
Right.
these hard hitters that really come at you. But that brings us back to the Summer Olympics also, because there has been a steep decline from everything that I've been seeing in just baseball in general, just getting people to play baseball. And yeah, we've normally owned that space normally,
Mhm.
but baseball's back. Baseball and softball are both back for the Tokyo Games. And all I can say, the notes literally say, yeah, Japan.
Right. As I was going to
Like,
say, Japan was pushing for it. They're just like,
yo, for sure. They
how
were
are you going
fighting
to,
for
we're
that.
not having an Olympics here unless you put baseball back in.
Right.
Because Japan is all about baseball.
Oh my God. Japan loves baseball. As Americans, from the outside looking in, they love baseball.
Mm-hmm.
You can look that up. It's easy. They love baseball.
They love baseball.
And so, yeah. So I'm just like, huh. I mean, nobody stands a chance in softball. Nobody plays softball like we do. I can almost guarantee that. I talked to the guys in the neighborhood quick coming back from our softball game this week, and it was just like, yeah, no. America, it's just like you're handing America a gold medal. But in order to have baseball, you got to have softball, right? The men play the baseball, the women play softball.
Yep.
And dude, Japan wants that fucking baseball gold medal so bad.
Dude, it's probably the only one they care about. That they're just like, you fucking ain't right. We won the gold medal in the one sport that matters. You know?
Right. Yep. Yep. They're just gonna get that gold, and they're just gonna be like, "Fuck yeah!" I'm really curious if Cuba. Well, Cuba's going through a little bit of a revolution right now. Ooh, it's pretty
Cuba.
cool. It's crazy. But
Yeah.
anyways, that's not, so they should still show up for the Olympics. Is what I'm trying to say. Is because the Olympics are scheduled for the 23rd already. So that would be Friday after the podcast launches. Like if you're listening to this on Monday, the 19th, when it launches, then Friday is when the Olympic Games are scheduled to start. They go all the way through August 8th, which I was just like, oh yeah, seems short, seems long at the same time. I guess I don't know
Right. There's
because
just
that's
so
like
much of it
two,
packed in because, yeah, it's like 2 weeks,
right,
but it's like constant.
right, exactly. It's just like constant, and that was that's always been my favorite thing about the Olympics is like you could be having a restless night and wake up at like 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Oh, live Olympics, bitching.
Yeah. Just put on whatever. And you have no
The
idea what you're about
Ocho.
to get. You watch, yeah, you watch some sport that you never thought you'd be watching.
Yeah. All of a sudden
Like,
you're watching handball and you're like, I'm a big fucking fan of handball,
yeah,
dude. This is the shit. And you
all
caught it
of
at
them.
3 a.m. on a Saturday,
All of them.
on a Tuesday.
Yeah. You're seeing them like, I don't know exactly what they call it, but you see them like slalom, one man, kayak, rapids. You're just like, what is this? They're just like so fast and making a turn, and they're just like, oh, he missed the buoy there. And you're like, he
Right. Right.
did? What is he
Did
trying?
he?
How is
Couldn't
this
even
what
see.
he's gotta go, and all of a sudden they like paddle upstream to go around a different flag, and you're just like, how does
Right.
he know what he's doing? This is nuts.
Right. You just and you sit there and you just like mesmerized and you're mesmerized and you're watching for 45 minutes straight. And thankfully these people doing commentary are really good and you're just like staring at the screen very intently and
Yes.
listening to every word they say because you're trying to figure out what the fuck is this man in a kayak
Yeah,
doing?
you're trying to figure out what's going on because you're watching it and you're like, okay, he's turning, and then he's going upstream now.
What
And then but he's got to
did he just
go.
do a figure eight?
He's got to. I get it. He's got to stay between the blue and the red. Oh shit! No, he just went around that blue one to the other side. How? What? What's going on right now? I don't get it. Yeah,
I know.
I wish they
It's so
had.
good.
I wish they had Madden to do that stuff. Like, I I so badly want him to have the
You
pen.
know, they say 80% of the game is half mental.
Yeah, just
Just
a,
saying shit like that.
he's just drawing lines at where he's going. Hey, he's going up here and he wants to get around the blue thing, and then the boom, he hits the hole and he gets it. Yeah, just say like we're doing the same shit that he's doing at home.
Right, right, right. We're just like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And he's just doing it with authority and a pen,
Yes, and but also
but he's
saying
not explaining
nonsense.
anything. Right.
The goal here is to do it better than the guy before you. So he's going up here, and then he wants to go bam, and then no, if you're the best, you get the gold. Uh, you know, just like all right,
You're like, fuck yeah, dude.
I get it.
Fuck
I
yeah.
Madden's got me in the exact same spot I was when I started watching it, but at least I'm having a good time.
But I'm enjoying every minute of
I'm enjoying it. I wake up in the middle of the night just to watch that shit. Set my alarm for it. my my alarm goes off at 2:30 in the morning. My wife's like, "What are you doing?" Madden is calling extreme kayaking or whatever the fuck they call this.
The one man upstream
The
kayak
one
tournament.
man upstream, who knows what's going on kayaking.
Uh, to keep it in the fishing realm for a minute, there was a lot of before the official list got announced. There was a lot going on with the fishing community because fishing has been trying to get into the Olympics for several Olympics, is my understanding.
Damn, I didn't know
And
that.
yeah, I was like, oh shit, and it was just funny. So like, if you,
How the
I don't
fuck
know
do
if
you make it like?
no, they were being serious. They were definitely being
I'm
serious.
just like, I'm not saying that they're not, but how do you make something that has so much luck to it be an Olympic sport? Like
That's a
everything else is
good
100%
question.
skill and what you can do with your body. And if you train, like you can be the
Mm-hmm.
best. You can be better than this person. It's 100%
Yeah.
who's got the drive, who can do more,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
to have it be skill, like just have it be
You,
like there's skill, but also luck is just that seems crazy. But to think
yeah.
that I still have a chance, a very slim chance, but a chance at being
An
an
Olympian.
Olympic athlete, that's pretty cool.
Yes. Yeah. Hell yes, dude. Hell yeah. What a great outlook. But also you're touching on a lot of stuff that we will get into on again in the tournament fishing. We're that's going to be a later topic. We're going to save that for a later topic about sports and stuff like that. So I'm not going to engage you in that conversation right now, and I'm just going to move on to Japan's still in a COVID state of emergency. Let's just bring it down. Let's take the
Bring it on
podcast down a
down.
notch right now. That's serious though. Like they're in a state of emergency and it's just like we're doing the fucking Olympics anyway. So I don't think there's actually going to be any people in the stands. I've read a few articles. I think it's still mixed up. I don't think they really know what's going on, but I was just like, "Wait, what? They're in a COVID state of emergency still and they're just like, Olympics. Fucking do
Yeah,
it." Which a lot of countries are too. But anyways, it was just something I had to mention because I couldn't do this topic without being like, "Hot
that
damn, dude."
is crazy for them to just be like, we're still doing it. We've put it off for a year.
Right.
We don't care if there's anybody in the stands. We're getting it done. I wonder, oh,
Yeah,
that's so crazy to think
I
that,
know.
like some of these people might not pass their COVID test.
Right.
And
I
the
know.
Olympics only go for 2 weeks. Like, do you
Uh-huh.
just be like, Switzerland's out of it,
Right.
coughing like a motherfucker?
Right. Right, right. And they've spent their whole life building up to this and the Olympics comes once every 4 years and then this yeah, and then they fucking catch COVID. It's like, "Oh my god, could you imagine?"
That would be
Fuck, the
so
worst way to
shitty.
lose the Olympics ever.
Yeah,
Rather go out with a busted leg like Conor McGregor. Is he retiring now?
right. I don't know. He was still
I
talking
know.
shit. That was the craziest leg break I've ever seen as far as like,
I didn't look it up.
well, the leg break wasn't that gross or whatever, but a lot of times they break their leg and then they're like grabbing their leg and they're like covering their face on the
Right.
gurney going out.
Yep.
And like he broke his leg and then Joe Rogan brought a microphone into him so he could talk shit about how his opponent's wife was in his DMs.
Oh my
And I'm just like,
god!
what?
With a fucking broken leg, dude.
Yes, he's got a broken leg and he's just like, hey, your wife is in me DMs. And just like, what the fuck is happening right
Oh my god.
now?
He is a psycho.
Just nuts.
Oh my god. All right, back to more wholesome content.
You're right.
So we're still super excited for it. I've been looking up ways to watch it over here because our antenna works, but it doesn't work, and it's fucking stupid. Um, but so I've been looking up a different way, and I think that we can get Peacock, like the streaming service Peacock.
Mm,
I think we can get that, and that will have the Olympics the whole time. So I'm like, fuck yeah, I don't care. I'll pay
yeah.
for 2 months of that shit if I have
I
to.
I wanted to say that Peacock is free, but there is like a subscription version.
Yes. So I haven't even looked into that. I
Yeah.
actually just figured that out. We were watching Shark Week on Discovery Plus. There we go. Hey,
Yeah,
there's your
okay.
plug. Hey, give me a
Ooh.
free month of Discovery Plus.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, so I think Peacock's free, so we should turn that on, I guess, and then see if we have
Right.
to pay for it to watch the Olympics.
Yeah.
Because I'm also wondering, just like we were just talking about, if I pay for Peacock, am I going to get like the 4:30 extreme kayaking live from Tokyo, Japan?
With Madden. I hope so.
I hope so too. So I don't
Yeah.
have the answer for that, which is
No,
not a
I
great
should
topic
I
to be
should look
talking about.
into it. Yeah, I should look into it too because also like I seen like not trying to plug it or whatever, but the Boss Baby movie is on
Mm, hmm.
Peacock. And
Yep.
I think that's one where you have to pay for it, like the Boss
Yeah.
Baby's hiding behind the paywall. It's not like we're
Right.
just gonna give
It's not
you
just on the
a
freebie.
big movie
Sure.
for free. But my son
Right.
wants to watch it
Yep.
because they made a TV show too of that.
Netflix. They did a Netflix deal, right? A
Mm,
Hulu deal. No?
I can't remember who's on. It might be Netflix. I can't remember who it's on, but it's definitely not the same characters, not the same people that voice it.
Right. Yeah. Like
There's
Will's not doing the fucking voice of Boss Baby.
dude. I looked at the actors. There's two people I recognize. The rest, like, and
Yeah.
they're just people that you've seen in movies.
Right.
Like the
Yep.
biggest name they have is the German guy from Pitch Perfect 2. That's the biggest name they got. So it's
That's
not
really funny.
yeah, it's not like it's a
Right.
A-list celebrity
Yep.
still doing this shit.
Right.
But didn't
All
mean
right.
to get
No,
sidetracked again.
we sidebarred. That's what we do. We sidebar.
Yeah, well, hey,
But
hold on a
don't you
second.
get
Since we're sidebarring already, I gotta get off of this since we're talking about animated films and stuff. And I was gonna talk about it last week and then I forgot, so I gotta talk about it.
Oh, okay. Let's go.
Just real quick, Mitchell's versus the Machines. Have you seen it?
No.
See that fucking movie. Everybody see that fucking movie. It's a great fucking movie. I can't believe the weirdest sounding movie I've ever heard, and it's fantastic. I loved everything
What is it
about
called
it.
again?
The Mitchells versus Machines. It might not even be. I
Oh,
don't know if
I
it's
know
the
what you're talking
Mitchells
about.
versus the Machines or if it's just Mitchells versus Machines.
Yep. We started it on our like fall asleep on the
Oh
couch
yes,
while we put the baby away sort of situation.
fantastic. I absolutely loved it.
It's a Netflix movie.
Yes,
Yep.
and
Oh, I know what you're talking about. We
I
seen
rec-
it. Like I said, we did actually hit play on it. So
Yeah.
our Netflix probably, if you were to see our Netflix profile, it would say watched. I would tell you,
Yes.
no, I put the
Nope.
baby to sleep and I listened to her cry on the monitor. And when she stopped crying, I fell asleep.
Yep.
That means I made it 4 minutes into that movie.
Yeah. Watch. I highly suggest it to everybody, and it's not just me that liked
Damn.
it. It has
Kick-ass.
98% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's I don't want to talk about too much, but it's got like a
Right.
different animation style where it's like something
I noticed that.
between. Yeah, just check it out. But then also,
Kick-ass.
like the girl creates like videos. So there's these weird cuts in parts where all of a sudden, like it's a completely different animation style for like a real quick. I don't really know how to explain it, but if you watch it, you'll understand what I'm talking about. There's like real quick
they changed
cut
the
clips.
animation style from like the 3D, right?
Well, yeah, it'll have like 3D, but it'll have like 2D parts where it'll have
Right.
like all of a sudden like hand drawn style things on the screen that she would have done herself for the like videos that she would make.
Yeah.
And
Damn,
then just the
that's cool.
concept itself. It's like you learn really fast, so I'm not spoiling anything, that like the rest of the world is incapacitated. It's been taken over by robots, and the only people left are the Mitchells. And they are just like a normal dysfunctional family, and they are put in charge of saving the world.
That is awesome.
Yes, nobody
so
has
good.
any special, like particularly special skills.
Right.
I just love the storyline, everything about it. I was so impressed by it. I honestly tried to watch it again, where I'm like, buddy, let's watch this again. But then he was just like, let's watch, like, why can't you like this?
Else.
Like you like Frozen. Why do I got to watch Frozen 400
Why do I got to watch
times?
Frozen over and over? I want to watch this movie. Damn it.
Yeah, and Raya's good too. Raya came out on.
Yep.
Check that one out. Yeah, that's a good movie too.
Yep, that's a good one. Okay, back to the Olympics. Yep. We're just gonna do a whole animated. We're just gonna have Dad animated movie talk one time in this
Well, I mean, we already did that, but that's why I'm like, we just got to throw these out there again. People,
we'll do it again.
You guys need to know, man. You got to see it.
It's true.
Anyways,
you got to see them. They're not just for dads. Okay. Back to the Olympics. 339 medal events. It's one of the biggest in history. I was just like, yeah, that's a lot of medals. Because think about it. That's the medal event. That doesn't count how many medals there are, because there's like synchronized swimming where there's like 10 people, and team gymnastics where there's like 50 people or however many. I don't know. It feels like there's 100 different people on those gymnastics teams. So
Oh,
there's
so
just
you, I
339
get you.
medal events. Think about where
How
it's
many?
like baseball, right? There's going to
Yeah.
be at least 11 people getting a medal.
Yep. Yep. The basketball team too. There's five on the. I think there's 11 people.
Mm-hmm.
5 on the floor plus all your backups. I forget how many backups there are. There's either 5 or 6 or maybe 7. Who the fuck cares? Doesn't matter.
Yeah. Well, in baseball's not, I just said a random number for 11 because like that's not how many people are on the field, but like you got to have a couple backup pitchers at the very least, right? Like you can't have just one person pitching the whole time.
Yeah.
Like I bet you a baseball team is like 20 people or more deep if you can get that many. Right?
Right.
There's
Yeah.
going to be a lot of damn
Oh,
medals
and
going out.
there's so many team sports.
Right.
There's water
During the summer,
chicken.
there's tons. Did you say water chicken?
Yeah, water pollo.
Oh, yeah. Pollo. It's a Spanish joke.
I'm American, bro. I don't say their words. Water. No, I'm just kidding. It's polo, everyone.
But yeah, of course, like you have like and team handball and yeah. And in fact,
Yeah.
there's a new team ping pong that is going on. It's like a men and a man woman combo team, and I'm just like, there's so many damn new events. It's crazy, dude. The extreme sports are coming back. This is really funny to me, and I just put this together right now here on the spot. Skateboarding is in for the first time, which I'm super pumped on. I love skateboarding. Hell
Yes,
yeah, go
me too.
skateboarding.
Yeah.
Nagano, the Winter Olympics,
Mm-hmm.
Japan, Nagano, Japan.
Yeah.
First time snowboarding was in the Olympics. Fuck yeah,
Nice.
Japan.
Yep. Japan's
Also-
always trying to throw stuff in that they can win at. We got good snowboarders. Put snowboarding in. We got good
Right.
baseball players. Put baseball in.
Yeah. I don't know how
don't
their
know if they-
skateboarding game.
I don't know. I'm assuming we're gonna see one really good one. I know the
Yeah, for sure.
rollerbladers are off the fucking charts.
Yeah, that's right. When the rollerblading was hot, dude, the Japanese rollerbladers were nuts. I remember
They
that.
were doing
for
like
sure.
ridiculously insane like gymnastics shits.
Oh yeah, it was
like-
crazy.
Yeah. Like
The X Games just, I think, eventually dropped rollerblading because it was just like, I think we've taken it as far as it can go. They're gonna kill themselves if they do anything
really
more. There were
can.
like triple backflips going on.
To me, it's like skiing, like big air skiing.
Yeah.
It's just like more flips and more rotations. I get bored with it. But then you do see like it's like a triple backflip, like 1240 or whatever it is, and you're just like, holy shit. I can't believe he was able to find the ground with all that rotation.
Right. Like, is that just pure luck or what just happened?
Right.
Like,
You just hug it and hope for the best.
For real. And so with skateboarding, we're not likely to see anything like that because you know how the big air is like the new thing in X Games, like the big air skateboarding. That's not in there. No, they call it park and street, but really park is more like bowl skating. So it's going to be like the flow skating. I think I didn't see a video, but I read the description, and like flow skating when there's just like a skate park that's built into vert essentially.
Yeah, it's like a bunch of concrete bowls put together. It's
bowls
like
connected.
Yeah,
yes.
It's like if people aren't familiar, it's like a bunch of emptied out swimming pools with like smoother transitions, but there are some hard edges, which they call the cobang still, because there are grinds that they do. But yeah, it's a bunch of
great
rolling hills that they can just, like you said, just whoosh.
Yeah, they flow. They just like pump. It's just they never have to push. They just keep themselves going by like pumping their legs and moving their upper body and their shoulders.
Yeah.
And just getting that momentum constantly going, and they jump out of the pools.
And there's so many, there's so many things so close to each other that the real creative ones start doing gaps that nobody else has even thought of. Like they're going from point A to point B, and nobody's thought of taking that line. You're just like, holy shit, I can't believe you jumped from there to there. That was
Right.
gnarly. Like that's where you're
Yeah.
getting the style points is those giant crazy gaps.
Yeah, when you're like clearing the deck of the pool, as like the best way to
Mm-hmm.
describe it, right? When you're like
Yeah.
gapping the deck from
Yeah,
one pool to the other,
you're
you're like,
jumping
oh
to your
shit.
neighbor's house. Yeah.
Hell yeah. That's what it looked like. So they called that park. I mean, that's not what I traditionally think of as park, but like, hey man, whatever it is, I'm sure they're going to have some
Right.
rails in it and stuff like that because there is actually a street competition. That's what they're calling it. And that's what I would normally call park because
That
it's
yeah,
all set up,
exactly.
there's
Right.
like stairs, there's gaps, and people are going to have to push around on that for sure.
Right. Yeah, it won't
Yeah.
be I mean, sometimes, you know, if they get a good flow going, they don't
Sure.
necessarily, if they set it up well, they'll be
Yep. Which is part of
like,
that competition for
yeah,
sure.
well, there'll be
It's like your line that you take.
yeah, because you'll figure out a line to keep you moving so you can get
Mhm.
more tricks in.
Mhm.
Because it's just like figure skating at that point, as far as like
Mm,
the pointing, like the scoring
sure.
goes. Like
Sure.
he's like because they kind of see what they're gonna do. He's gonna
Mhm.
put this there. He's gonna do this there. His run could get him this
Mhm.
amount of points. I would think an Olympic setting would be like that.
Yeah, because the judges have been there kind of watching warm-ups and stuff like that,
Right.
and yeah, no, that's a really good point. I bet you that is how it's gonna be.
Yeah, because I
But
think
I'm pumped. I hope to catch that because it's big. I mean, I've watched enough X Games that like I've seen a lot of it. It's just gonna be cool. It's always cool to see it in the Olympic setting.
yeah.
Like snowboarding's done really well.
I'm
I hope
really
that
curious
skateboarding can
now
do
that
the
I
same.
said that. Like, I don't know how any of that works. Like, with the figure skating, if you watch the figure skating and you have the announcers, they're always like, all right, she's going to do a triple dipple followed by a
Mhm.
flipper nipple or whatever. I don't know the names of any of
Right.
that shit, but like, they know exactly what she's about to do or
Mhm.
he's about to do.
Mhm.
And then they're just like, oh, he was half rotation short on that one. That's going to cost him a point. Like, do you have
Mhm.
to submit that? And if
Yes.
so, in street skating, do you have to? I'm going to do a tray
Fuck no,
flip
dude.
over this gap. Like, I know that that's not how
You better
skateboarding
not have
works, but
to.
in the Olympics, like,
Right.
I don't know. I'm going to do a tray
We're
flip
gonna
over
have to,
this
dude. We're
gap.
seriously gonna have to
I'm going to,
watch to find out
yeah, I'm
because
going
that's
to,
a really good question,
because
actually.
that would be super cool. Like, not cool, but funny too, where he's like, I'm gonna nose blunt down this rail, and they're just like, yeah, he did a salad there. That's gonna cost him a couple points. Like,
That's gonna cause liar.
yeah, he didn't quite get what he was trying to. He landed it a little
No,
bit wonky. I don't know.
right. No, but you're actually making a really good point because not that it's easy, but it's possible
Oh, hey, hold on.
to
Seafood chimney. Oh, I discovered a seafood chimichanga tonight, and it was
Yeah,
life
you did.
changing. It was so good, but I've been having those.
But that's
Oh.
the backlash.
Oh.
Okay. So skateboarding.
Yeah,
Good
skateboarding.
transition. But no, you make a really good point because part of extreme sports is like not falling. And so if it doesn't feel right, you can adapt on the fly. You could like literally adapt on the fly where you're like,
Right,
oh, my feet are in the wrong spot. I was going to do a kick flip to front board. I don't have the kick flip. I just don't, but I can land a front board all day. So bam,
right,
you throw a front board down this rail and you just land front board. Looks clean as shit.
right,
But if you did have to submit a run, that's a mistake. I hope that's not what it is because it's all about freestyle and just doing what you want. Like that's always been what skateboarding is, right? But
right.
very interesting thought.
Yeah, that's what. When I said it, I was just like, but maybe I'll have to look into it.
Yeah. Well, I hope that way I can catch it live. I'm gonna try to.
Oh, I want to.
Yeah,
Well,
me too.
Do you have any idea what the time difference is like?
In Japan?
Yeah.
Like, what is Tokyo? What's the time in Tokyo
Yeah, like if we're
compared
trying
to?
to like if we're trying to catch it live, are they doing stuff?
Right. I know what
Is
you're
it the
saying.
middle of the night for us when it's their day?
Good. Okay, so I'm not gonna. I'm gonna go on a little bit of a side. Not a. It's not a side note. So now we can get all the information we want, just like instantaneous, almost, right?
Yes.
Um, because we can just go on Twitter or
Yeah.
Facebook or whatever, and people from Japan are posting shit as it's happening.
Right.
They're right. So I remember this from the Rio games because we're big into the Olympics. We were actually house sitting during the Rio games, and this was, however long ago. And sure, Twitter was already what it was. It was a real thing. So that was, to me, this was like the first time the Olympics really were getting broadcast live, even though we couldn't watch them, because that the big events, they get saved up for prime time, even
Sure.
though they happened, like 6 hours ago.
Right.
They get saved up and they show them at 6 p.m. over here in the States. I try not to get into that part of it, but I do wonder how they're going to handle it now with like streaming services and DVRs. And it's a very good question that you're asking. But to answer your question, let's see. Tokyo's only about, I don't know, 12 hours ahead of us. 12, 13 hours ahead of us. Like, it's the middle of the night here and it's the middle of the afternoon there.
So it's like perfectly fucked. Well, that's the
Yeah,
perfect time for us to be though. Like we wake up at 3 in the morning and we catch live whatever. Like the dopest sport is like when we
that's
wake up in
true.
the middle of the night.
Yeah. But yeah, they're like literally on the other side of the earth from us,
Yeah.
pretty much.
It's like 3 o'clock in the morning. You just turn on to see LeBron dunking live on some dude. Oh shit!
Did
No, you
he
know who
just
I
dunk
am?
on someone from
Yeah,
Latvia?
who I am excited to
Nice.
see play um, is Zach Levine. Zach Levine we had on
What?
the Timberwolves for a
Oh,
while,
okay.
and then he got traded in a shitty deal with Jimmy Butler, who fucked us. You fucked us, Jimmy. We traded away a
Just
lot
so
to
you know.
get him, and then he was like, "I don't want to play with these guys." Wah. And then they,
Oh God, another one of those.
yeah, well, and it might have been like some of the players' faults here too, but at the same time, it's like we traded away a lot of shit to get you. Suck it up, make your money, and stop being a whiny bitch, Jimmy. I lost a lot of respect for you in that deal because you fucked us, dude. But
Is he in the Olympics?
I don't think so. He could be. I don't know.
Okay.
But like, James Harden, loser ass, decided to opt out. They're like, James, we want you on the team. And James is like, I only know how to do 2 moves. And then everybody's just like, yeah, you should probably stay home. And so Zach Levine got to go.
Nice.
Yeah. So,
Uh, so yeah, of there's a lot of extreme sports that made it in this year. Like surfing made it in. I was like, oh shit, you can surf in Tokyo? I didn't know that. No, it's 45 miles from the Olympic Stadium, which, I mean, whatever.
yeah.
But hey, there's surfing in Japan. Of course there is. It's a fucking island.
Yeah, it's an island. One side's got to be good.
Right. One side's got to be good. Right. That also is reference. That's a fishing reference too. You can
Yeah.
read the island. Read the.
There's
Anyways.
lots of good fishing in Japan.
Oh yeah.
Freshwater, and I think the
Saltwater.
world record bass comes out of Japan.
Oh shit. Yeah, you said that. I think you
And
might have
it's like
said that
22
last.
pounds, dude. It's just a monster.
Jesus Christ, that's huge.
Yeah, like the eyes are bulging out. Like it's like ate so much that his eyes can
Ate so
barely
much
stay
that
in
its
his
eyes don't even
body.
fit in its fucking
Just
head
like,
anymore. Oh my god. I felt like that once after
seafood
after a
Jimmy.
buffet, but after seafood, but my eyes never popped out of my head. No, so there's anyways, there's a lot, but basketball. There's a new basketball. Did you know that? There's a new version of basketball in the Tokyo Olympic Games. They're playing 3-on-3.
No. Oh, 3-on-3 Olympic.
Yeah, dude. Or 21. I put that the notes that I put.
Or 21.
Or 21 as we would call it. It's first team to 21, dude. It's just 3-on-3 half
Oh,
court
they're
basketball
playing
playing to
like that?
21.
Like half court 3-on-3
Yeah,
first to
dude. They're just fucking playing
21.
like a pickup game at 21 in the Olympics right now.
That's nuts.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah. Like I knew that there was, what do they call it? Like the big three or whatever. I think it's Ice Cube,
Mhm.
isn't it? There's like a professional 3-on-3 league.
Oh, is there really?
Yeah, and I think Ice Cube owns it.
Oh,
And
shit.
it's all the like a lot of retired basketball players. Like a lot
Really?
of legit basketball players that just don't play professionally anymore.
Yeah, like they just can't cut in the NBA. They just
Yeah.
like aged out at the
Or they're
NBA.
just like don't have the stamina anymore, but they're just like I can play 3-on-3.
Yeah.
And there's a couple of other things that they added in that one too to make it a little bit more interesting. Like I think there's a 4-point circle. Like if you
Oh, like a
shoot,
circle on the ground.
yeah, like a little bit further back. Like if you hit it from
Sure.
that circle, it's a 4-pointer or whatever.
Sure.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah,
In the Olympics, they're playing only 1 and 2 pointers. Like there is no 3-pointer. They just like
oh
switched it to be
really?
1 and 2 pointers. Yeah.
Well, I guess that would make sense because if you got somebody that could really shoot the ball, you're like, check, and then you get the ball back. I wonder if they check it, or if there's
That's
like
a
a
really good
referee
question.
that
It
does that
seemed
stuff.
like it.
I'll have to check that out.
I know, dude.
Check
I'm
it,
actually
check it.
pretty pumped on that. I'm not even a big basketball guy, but like I was like, oh, that's
I'm
dope.
curious to see who's playing it too. Like, do you
Do you think
know
you're gonna know
that?
some people?
I don't know. Is it going to be like the people that are playing in those 3-on-3 leagues, or is it literally like how the swimmers can enter in
Mhm.
like a bunch of different things? You know, is it like LeBron just being like, I'm playing 3-on-3 on Tuesday. I'm playing,
and then
five
and then on
man.
Wednesday, I'm on the 5-man team. Right,
Yeah,
right, right. For sure. I didn't catch that from the reading that I did, but I would
right.
say that the photo was indicating that these are going to be separate teams.
I would
That like
think
3-on-3 is not going to be NBA.
I would think that 3-on-3 would probably be more along the lines of like going back to your roots as Olympics and being like only amateurs
Right,
are allowed to play 3-on-3 because we let
right.
the big
Yep.
team sports you can have pros play, but
Right.
everything else is only amateur. So maybe that's the thing
Mhm.
where they're just like, we need basketball teams composed of amateurs because the amateur basketball players are never going to make it in the Olympics
Right.
for basketball or
Mhm.
baseball or whatever it happens to be, because I'm sure like all
Right,
the
right.
skateboarders are pros too.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, that's gonna be
So,
stacked with pros.
but
100%.
I guess those guys are pros because they're sponsored, not because they're in a league, which there is skateboarding leagues, I suppose. But you would think
Mhm.
that most of the people that are in the Olympics are pro in some form. You know how
Sure.
skateboarders consider themselves to be pro. Like, I'm sponsored, I'm pro, I
Right.
get paid
Yeah, like,
to
this
do
is what I
this.
do, this is how I make my money,
Yeah,
but every skateboarder makes their money in a different way, almost. Not entirely,
right.
but, like, Ryan Sheckler was a pro for a while. He
Yes,
made his money off of fucking MTV doing a reality TV show. Bam
right,
Margera, not even that good of a skateboarder, professional
right.
skateboarder because he was making his money off of
Yeah,
MTV.
he was more like crazy, where he was doing
Yeah,
like gnarly gaps and like dropping in on stuff most people would be like, that's fucking nuts, dude. And it
right.
wasn't like super impressive. It was just like, I can't believe you tried that shit.
Yeah, he's kind of a stuntman. I'm not trying to discredit his professional skateboarding career, but
Oh,
because he was a really good
me
skateboarder for
neither, but
sure.
he was selling as many, his skateboard sales were higher than Tony Hawk's at one point.
Holy
And for
shit. I never even
sure,
thought about
he's not better than Tony.
Right, right, right. Yeah, two different styles of skating, but exactly what you're saying is just like as a skateboarder, as a core skateboarder, right?
Right. I mean,
Yeah,
even if you
for
want to
sure.
put him up against the street skaters, the best of the best street
Yep.
skaters were making far less money than he was, and it's all
Yep.
just because of what he was doing with his life, being on
Yeah. Yeah.
Jackass. And
Exactly. You're just making his
when
money in a different
yeah,
way.
but that one's
Yep.
almost not even fair because he was like skateboarder was secondary to what he became.
Sure.
So
Yep. Yeah. So before we wrap up, because I was like, man, are we going to struggle to talk 40 minutes? I feel like we could knock another 20 minutes out on on this. Surfing. Yep. BMX freestyles in for the first time, which is super cool. BMX
yeah,
racing has been in for a minute already, which is cool. I like that. I actually watched that a few times, but freestyle's in now. So that's dope.
yep.
Sport climbing, which totally threw me off as like, what was going 3 disciplines, speed, bouldering, and lead. I didn't look those up. Please let us know in the comments if you're a climber what that means. What is speed, bouldering, and lead? But it's 3 disciplines in one event. So like,
I could tell you what speed is. That's where you just like try to climb to the top and you basically have like that bell or a button or whatever. You just
I
rush
don't
up to
have
the top.
control over that. Sorry.
No, you're
Go
good.
ahead. Sorry.
Oh, I was just saying that like you just rushing up to the top, you know, just running up that hill. But bouldering and lead, no fucking clue.
Yeah. No, I have no idea either. So if you know, let us know in the comments because I have no fucking clue. And it's the thing though, speed climbing. It's a new thing. But this one was the other one I had to do before we take off. Karate. Of
Karate.
course, Japan wanted fucking
Hell
karate
yeah.
in the Olympics, dude.
Yeah. That's what I'm telling you, dude. They're adding all the shit that they're good at.
Yeah, and it's this year only too. Like Paris actually approved surfing. Paris is in the almost middle of France, which is where the next Summer Olympics is.
Yeah.
Paris is almost in the middle of France, and they're just like, yeah, sure, we'll have surfing, whatever.
Yeah.
Just fucking go out to the ocean and film it,
Right.
whatever.
Right.
But then karate. No, just in Japan. Let's just keep it in Tokyo. Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Get your gold medal.
Yeah, right. They're just oh man, that's good.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty great. There's 2 events too. So even it's not even just karate. It's kata, Kata, kata. And this is like a demonstration of your skills.
Oh
That's
yeah,
basically
that's
like
the
the
really
technique.
yeah, that's the really intense little kids. You ever like it's
Those are the karate kids making it
yeah.
on TikTok right now.
Have you ever seen those little kids that do it? You got like 5-year-old kids that are just like ah 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 and they're just, you're just like
Yep.
fuck, that's a 5-year-old kid I don't think I would fuck with.
I'm not gonna fight that kid. That
Just
was intense.
doing flips and shit, and that's where they have the weapons too. They'll have like
Oh.
the long spear with the blade. I don't I
Oh,
don't know
yep.
if the demonstration has like the different weapons and you get to choose your thing, so they all
Yeah.
have
I
different
actually don't
ones.
know if that's karate
Yeah,
anymore though, because I
yeah.
think
So
karate's just hand to hand only.
maybe that was like kung fu stuff, but when you're doing your
Right.
demonstration stuff, a lot of that was. But maybe this is just the hands, where then they're doing like the Akira shit from version. You're just
Yeah.
you know that
Right.
shit, just
Yeah.
hitting
Nope.
the marks hard.
Right.
But
You got to go to patreon.com/realafTV to catch the video version. This is so good because
but
it's like impossible to
yeah,
describe because this is how we talk. We want to be those handsy, like noise making kid. Yep. And then of course there is the fighting. It's
Kumite.
Kumite. There we go.
Bro,
Thank you.
that's the tournament in Bloodsport.
Oh my god, it is.
Kumite. Yeah.
So they're gonna have that too. But yeah, I just wanted to say that. That was it. I just wanted to say that karate's in. It's gonna be sweet.
I'm gonna watch that, and the whole time the Kumite is going on, I'm just gonna be screaming, "Make him say Mate! Make him say Mate!"
Yes.
I think that's the word. I think that's what he made him say.
Right.
Then you got that cross-eyed guy. He made him say Matei. I still can't. You guys gotta go watch that if you haven't seen it, because
you gotta see Bloodsport. Classic.
Here's one for the Patreon people if you're watching, because he just like looks over at the lady and she says he made him say Matei, and then all of a sudden he goes and like looks at him with that.
That's exactly the look.
That wonk eye just like looks at him like, you really did with that wonk eye. Just...
That's the look. It's so perfect.
I die laughing every single time I ever.
Right. So good.
Kumite. They made it.
All right. Well, that's the end of it. That's the end of the podcast. That's the Olympics. That's Olympics 2021. Obviously, we are both looking forward to it.
Yes.
Because we just learned some stuff about how it's going to be sweet. Follow us, Real AF TV, REELAF TV, on all the social medias. Pretty much, we're not on. We haven't started up TikTok yet. Anyways, REEALAF.
Yeah, we exist
TV,
on
Real
TikTok,
AF TV. We're on the internet. You can find us on our website. What else, Tim?
Oh, I was just saying we exist on TikTok. We just don't do anything. So if you...
Yeah, we just haven't started it.
I think you could technically find us, but we don't do shit on there. So
we don't do anything yet. There it is. Go find us. Share with your friends and shit, because fucking A, man. We want to talk to you. We'd love to hear from you. That's it. Boom.
Yep.
That's so perfect.